glad to have you with us from Bloomington, Indiana, Memorial Stadium. We've reached week 9 of the EA Sports college football season. Contenders, pretenders, starting to separate. It's the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Indiana Hoosiers. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
I caught up with the Nittany Lions head coach before the game. He has been warning his players all week. They're in the top 25. They might have the most talent, but he understands this environment is insane. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football, and he understands they can disrupt play calling, communication at the line of scrimmage. He has been playing crowd noise all week in practice to make sure his players are prepared. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this match. The Hoosiers headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. On the return, it's Cunningham. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Penn State's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows, to have success in this game against this defense, is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. There's strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses the defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Just like we expected, this home crowd getting involved right from the start. Uh-oh, look out. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop throwing. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it. And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one, was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down. The Nittany Lions pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Here's a gift to Peoples. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Penn State! Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. It looks as if we have an injured Hoosier at the end of that play. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. So Indiana's offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. The man who will run the offense is Ethan Bruckmeyer. Last time out, a solid day in a victory, throwing for more than 200 yards and a couple of scores. move the tight end. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. He'll pull it down and run. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
How about the defense on this play? The quarterback bootlegs to the right. And look at everybody do a great job. They don't get caught up in the run. They all chase sideline to sideline and really limit the damage on what could have been a really big play.
Hits inside. It's Powell. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. DB's right up on the receivers. Keeps it moving. It's Powell. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. It looks as if we have an injured Hoosier at the end of that play. The Hoosiers are rolling down the field. Drops back on first down. A little release to the back. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Back to pass on second down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And that is what every single defense wants, man. They got to get those negative plays so you can put them in predictable situations. They gave up some yardage, but that's okay. Getting the sack, now forcing the third and long, gear up the pass rushers, bring in some extra DBs, and try to go get them again.
And the Hoosiers will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. There he goes. Out across the 20. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 21-yard line. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Making the adjustment on the play. Here's some daylight. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. The whole Penn State legacy is built on toughness, getting it done on the ground, and they pick up a first down.
And you got to start there with the physicality, the ground game, getting that going. It's kind of a Northeast thing, right? Being tough, being physical, bringing that lunch pail.
Pick up of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll ride him again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. They drag him down, and good coverage that time by the special team. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. From the gun, it's Powell. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Keeps it on the option. Turning it on. Got enough for the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Penn State is on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Quick give. It's Powell.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Man, this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
On the ground with the counter. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. The Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. Knocked down in the back. Yards behind the line.
Yeah, on offense, and this is a tough place to run the football. Back in your own end, the defense is expecting you to do it, and that's why they're loading the box. This is a great opportunity to take a shot down the sideline of your best wide receiver in a one-on-one situation.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. They pick up of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Motion from the wide receiver. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense. The Nittany Lions go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Back to throw, it's Baker. Moves to his right. Throwing on the run. Makes the catch down the right side. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. Calls his own number, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensive...
Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Trying to get the corner. Now the pitch. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Straight ahead, it's Wallace. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. They're all over him. Turns it loose deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Hoosiers send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Trying to get started. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. With an update on that, let's check in with Holly.
Here on the Nittany Lions sideline, players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead here in this game, and they were expected to be just where they are. Guys are talking to each other. Keep eating, keep eating. I know they want to finish this game off strong, but with a big lead, they're starting to have a little fun down here on the sideline. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. The Hoosiers take their first time out. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Out wide right, it's Martin. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Drops back. It's Spaker. Rush right in his face. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
After the run, now to throw. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Timeout taken here by the Nittany Lions. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Second down to the air. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Makes the grab. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Wallace. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The give. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with a look at Marshall taking on the South Alabama Jaguars. Back to your game in Bloomington. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, 3rd down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Holly, what are you finding out about the latest on this injury?
Indiana's head coach told me coming out of the locker room, their running back has been terrific, playing well so far in this game, but he is taking a lot of hits. He's had to absorb a lot of contact, running yards after contact, but they're going to keep their eye on him and see if he can power through all the hits, bumps, and bruises he's taken here in the first half. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Defense in press coverage. Caught behind the line. It's Wilson. Breaks into the open. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Tells to run, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Comes down, it's shot. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Looking for a big play. He's got it inside the 25. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Running the red zone, it's Powell. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. And this one splits the uprights.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Holly, what do you have?
Hey, guys, here on the Penn State sideline, players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead here in this game, and they were expected to be just where they are. Guys are talking to each other. Keep eating, keep eating. I know they want to finish this game off strong, but with a big lead, they're starting to have a little fun down here on the sideline. Reese?
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
3rd and long coming up. On play action. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Looking for room, it's Wallace. Plows through the defense. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks, it's first down. And the Nittany Lions kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the ground, he's got it again. He's got the first down. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive, and it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the returner will be brought down. Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, checking in from the Indiana sideline. This defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Hoosiers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He breaks a tackle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Going deep. He's got it down the left. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Buys time to his left. They're working that left side. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Handoff for Peoples. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Well, this running back is...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Needs it here on 4th down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Just watching the clock run out on this one, and we can turn our attention to what's in store for next week here in the midpoint of the season. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Running inside, it's Wallace. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. They'll move the wide receiver. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Buying a little time to his left. Left side is Terry. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end, and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting it to the big fella at tight end.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They want to run this quarterback. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can.
And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Penn State. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
Trying to establish the run. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
He'll take the deep shot. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. And the Hoosiers will call on their punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Not a lot of room to make this catch. And they'll stop him right there on the return. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Keeps it on the ground. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
You could see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
This guy's been running hard all game long. In the 4th quarter now at that last run, he's now at 99 yards rushing. One more carry away from potential.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. 2nd and long here. Gets the back moving. Give to the back. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. 3rd and long right here. Moving the pocket, it's Cherry. Nothing there, and he just had to throw it away. The Hoosiers line up to punt it away. Trying to take it back. He's got great speed. And there he goes. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have his hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Off play action on 1st down. Moving to his left. Out wide left, it's Terry. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's a gift to Peoples.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. They'll run it with James Peoples. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Making the adjustment. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Finds his man. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. After this, it'll be a wrap. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's brought down after a short gain. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on.